Yo, what's going on? What's going on, motherfuckers? This episode 12. You see, I got the right episode behind me. Boom. Man, I can't, it's like, as soon as I go to start taping, I hit the wrong button. So, boom. Episode 12, what's happening? It's my main cam, it's my side cam, but I love y'all both equally, you know what I mean? That's love. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. Episode 12, man. I had a couple people hitting me up like, what's up? You stopping the show again? Your consistency lasts for about a second. Corona breaks early. No, the short break, the original reason was a complete fucking diva-ish reason. The first week that I didn't do it, it's because my face broke out and all acne everywhere. And I was like, nah, I'm not putting that on this fucking 4K main girl right here. I'm not doing that. It's gonna look fucking terrible. So, and then the second week I just had some shit going on, and I just was like, we're just gonna focus on next week. I had a show, and I had some shit I need to focus on. So yeah, that is what it is. It is what it is. That explains the short break. Episode 12. Here we go. So today what I'm gonna talk about is distractions. I need to stop saying because that seems really corny. Distractions from the things that deter you from your focus. It's so easy now to fall away from focus. And the reason why I think this is important is because I feel like this is a problem that we all fucking have because of social media. And because of fucking whatever the fuck else, us not minding our fucking business. Because we all do it. We all get nosy from time to time. We all find ourselves fascinated in something that doesn't pay our bills, doesn't fucking put no food on the table, doesn't put gas in the car, doesn't fucking make your girl or your dude happy, but we're focused on it for whatever reason. And try to stop that as much as possible if you got a list to do. So what I'm going to say is, the distractions from your focus, I'm going to give you a couple tips on how to maintain that focus. One of the things that I will say that helps me out a lot is the dry erase board. Right here. I got one over there. I literally have almost every one dry erase board in every room of my house that I sit in for more than a couple hours of time. I got one in my bedroom, and I got one in my kitchen. I got one in here. I got one in the studio. Yeah, it's very important because you can, real quick, you can grab a pen, put whatever you need to do real quick. When you're in the middle of something, you can jot it down. You get an idea. You hear a quote. Whatever. You could put motivational quotes on these motherfuckers to help you keep adjusted. I recommend that. If there's a good motivational quote that you like, write it on that board. That'll help keep you going. That'll help add some perspective to your bullshit. You know what I mean? This says, just because you're tired doesn't mean that you're finished. That's my thing. Someone probably said something like that, but I just did that this morning because I was tired. You know what I mean? But I had a bunch of shit I had to do this morning. So I just wrote that up there like, shit, it's not done. You know what I mean? Tired as fuck, but you need to wake up. You need to get it together. You need to find the energy. And with going with that, I want to talk about some of the things that distract you and articulate a little bit on those distractions. So for one, remember what you're trying to do. Remember what you're trying to do. Whatever your goals are, whether it's to make your kids happy, pay your bills, make yourself happy, you have a task at hand, it's something you're trying to get completed. That's why I recommend the dry erase boards, because you can keep reminders up at all times. You know what I mean? And when I say remember it, because it's important, because we live in a society where we on social media all day, we start watching videos, we start getting involved in shit that don't really have nothing to do with us, you get to wasting time. But if something's on the wall over here, something's on the wall over there, you'll get back to it. Or if you don't get right back to it, you'll at least get that little, hey, you're blowing it. You blew it. You know what I mean? You blew it. So, and I also want to talk about, because people always, people are meme crazy, and they're always talking about, just trying to, shed so much light and make it seem so simple. It's not simple. I'm here to tell you, it's not simple. It's not simple or not easy, to stay away from distractions, because they're fucking everywhere. You know what I mean? They're everywhere in all different forms and all different ways, on TV, on your phone, with your friends, with your family, with shit that's happening out in public. There's just so many things that can distract you. And I want you to take this. This is what I want to give you. That is actually a blessing. Those negative people and those negative things happen in a blessing in a way, because they're testing you to see how dedicated you are to your goals, or how dedicated you are to what you're really trying to do. Because if you allow yourself to keep falling into those traps, it's a reminder to yourself, what the fuck are you doing? So when you see your homie the next day and they say, oh, what's up with that? Did you get that done? Blah, 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 blah. You're going to hesitate to answer a little bit, because you know that it's not true, because you was caught up in shit. But that's okay. That's okay. That's a constant reminder that you're not focused. So use that energy, use that negative energy, and turn that into a positive energy. Use that as a lesson to yourself, because if you don't, then you just going to keep doing what you're doing, and you're not going to get your goals done. You're not going to get the things you're trying to accomplish finished, and it's going to be what it's going to be. You know what I mean? Also, how can I say this the correct way? Because I don't want to fuck it up, because I do that from time to time, and that's why I keep the on deck. Don't allow the people that you care about to persuade you easily, okay? Because what you'll find as time goes on is some people that you care a lot about don't really care a lot about you. You know what I mean? And they might just give you the aspect of what they think is best for you to do, or what they think would be the best move for you, but that's just what they think. And that's where you have to use your mind, and you have to, of course, listen to what they say if you care about them and you value what they're saying, but just apply that. Don't just take, like, hey, I'm not going to take my cameraman's advice and be like, well, he said this is what I should do, and that's just what I should do, because he's great at what he does and he makes this shit look good, so let me just listen to him. No, I have to apply that to my plan and my focus, and make sure that they meet. You know what I mean? Make sure that they reach common ground, because if they don't, and it doesn't mean that his advice is bad advice, and that's also what I'm telling you. It doesn't mean that the advice that somebody's giving you is not good advice. What it means is it might not be the best advice for you and your goals, because everybody's fucking different, man. And it's very important to take note of these distractions. So again, get yourself some dry erase boards. It really helps a lot. I know it seems kind of corny. Somebody's probably sitting there like, I ain't about to go spend. Motherfucker, it's going to cost you like $20-$30 at Walmart to go get some fucking dry erase boards, hang them up on your walls, and you'll be surprised. And even for the little shit, even if you don't got big time goals, maybe if you just the family person, or you a simple person, but shit, if you need to remember to get milk, I have one on the front of my fucking on the front of my fridge. So when shit goes missing in the kitchen and I need to re-up, there's a list right there. I could just put that in my phone. I could just do it, but you probably won't. You probably won't. You'll probably forget. So it helps all around, man. So make sure you do that. Focus and stay away from the distractions as much as possible. But also, if you do get distracted and you realize that you're distracted, take that as a lesson. Don't forget it. You know what I mean? Because you can learn from that shit. And not every bad thing that happens to you is truly a bad thing at the end of the day. It's a learning experience, man. So on to some fucking hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I love, you know what I mean? Hip hop. Lately, I've been listening to that new Nipsey Hussle, man. That shit is fire, bro. That Victory Lap. Shout out to the West Coast. I'm fucking with that CD all the way, man. He doesn't get too lyrical, but he's just dropping gems all over the place, man. He's really saying some real ass shit that people can relate to. And he's standing his ground on who he is. And I like hearing that in music. I like hearing that someone just, this is who I am. And I don't give a fuck if you fuck with that or you don't fuck with that. This is what I'm about. And he's constantly giving motivation in every track. He's constantly just keeping it real. So shout out to Nipsey Hussle, you know what I mean? Victory Lap. If you got, you know, some extra bread, cop a copy. That sounds crazy, don't it? Buy a copy or download it on your iTunes or whatever your streaming services that you use. Hopefully you pay for it. Stop stealing the music, man. Buy it, man, because sales of hip-hop is at an all-time low. Also, shout out to boy Tech Nine. He just dropped that album as well. Planet. I could say this. If you've been listening to Tech Nine for a long time, some people just know who he is and don't really listen to his music like that. But if you've been listening to him, you can tell on this CD he did what he really wanted to do. And I think he in a way, he probably always does that because he don't got really nobody controlling him. But you can just tell that he has some shit on his mind and he wanted to do it his way. And I think this is one of his better projects. I haven't, like I said, I've been listening to the Nipsey heavy. But I have started listening to the Tech, and there's a couple jams on there that is fire, son. Fire. So shout out to Tech 9, too. Also, shout out to Strange Music and Seth Crew, too. I be doing shows with them from time to time. They be inviting me out, you know what I mean? I actually got some shows I'm going to them with this weekend. So shout out to Strange Music fans, and shout out Tech 9 for the new album. Also, Royce the 5'9" just dropped a freestyle on Hot 97. Bars. He killed it. He took some breaks. He ain't do the Black Thought. You know, he ain't spaz out for a whole 11 minutes, but there was mad bars in his shit, man. I was fucking with it all the way. He's got that new project coming out, Prime Part 2, or Prime 2. I don't know if it's Part 2 or just Prime 2. But yeah, him and DJ Premier. If you ain't heard the first Prime CD project by Royce the 5'9", you definitely need to check that out because that shit is all the way fire. I'm looking forward to it. It drops on 3/16, and yeah, I think it's gonna be phenomenal. I think Royce is easily one of the best artists to step to a microphone now. In days, definitely, because people really don't value how deep his bars get and how hard that he really goes in. And, you know, I'm from Toledo. Detroit's right up the street, so I always have a lot of respect for Detroit. You know what I mean? It's right up the street. So, shout out to Royce. Also, what I was going to talk about on here is I'm going to talk about Rick Ross updated today on social media, posted a photo after him getting out the hospital saying ain't nothing like being home, ain't nothing like home, and that he loves y'all. Shout out to all his fans is what he was trying to do, let y'all know he's all right. If y'all don't know, if you fucking don't pay attention to shit like I really don't, but I be seeing shit from time to time, he was found unconscious in his home. The official reason, they never really said why. TMZ reported some shit saying he was hooked up to machines and shit, and you know, they got to make it dramatic as possible. Somebody said in his camp that it wasn't true. I think it was Fat Trail or somebody like that. But he's good now. I know it was related to respiratory shit. You know what I mean? It's probably because motherfuckers is touring, kicking it hard, not getting enough sleep. You know, maybe he needs some more wings. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the real problem because I want some more wings. Shit, he's got them. No, I'm just playing though. Shout out Rick Ross. I'm glad he's cool. You know what I'm saying? I respect Rick Ross. I like his music. You know what I mean? I respect him just, him doing what he did for the game. He did a lot for the game. There was a lot of discrepancies with him doing the rap shit after being a CO and stealing a real gangster, real hustler's name. Blah, 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 blah. I know there's always going to be shade on that, but I do fuck with Rick on his music. And yeah, I'm glad to hear he's okay, because I don't ever like to hear anybody doing bad. I'm not that type of person, unless I don't like you. Haha, I'm glad you're fucking doing terrible. It fucking sucks for you, bitch. And then, oh yeah, before I forget, 50 Cent, did you see it? 50 Cent posted the fucking picture of Ivan Drago. Hey, if he dies, he dies. And people was asking me how I felt about that. And I was like, it's 50. I mean, 50's been real. And he's social media active. He's always got shit going on. So he's always giving his 2 cents, even though he's got 48 more because he's 50 Cent. Hey, there goes hey, make some noise for my math. That was pretty fast. But no, for real, do I agree with what 50 Cent did? I mean, I don't know their fucking problems, so I can't tell him how to feel. What I can say is I'm not surprised. And yeah, I mean, 50 was just being 50. Do I think if Rick Ross actually died, he would fucking still run his mouth? I would like to think not, but there probably might be some kind of slick comment still, because they're not cool. Or they are cool or not cool or whatever the fuck. I don't fucking know, because I don't know them. But people was like, oh, 50 Cent's just a piece of shit and blah, 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 blah. First of all, man, you don't know them. So he's going to say whatever the fuck he wants to say. And I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised one fucking bit if 50 Cent went on posted that. And plus he didn't like tag Rick Ross. He didn't make it all the way official. Actually, that was everyone in America jumping to conclusions. The timing, of course, he know what he was trying to do, but what did he do? He got himself back in the fucking headlines, keeping it more relevant. So, I mean, that's what social media does. You know what I mean? Shout out 50 Cent. Met him before. Cool dude. Okay, and then I want to talk about, I don't know if y'all seen the video that went viral. The dude that got jumped. He got jumped, and then he went back and fought everyone one-on-one. So I'm going to pull that up. I'm going to post it up like right here. You know what I mean? Because I like y'all, and I want y'all to see what the fuck is going on. But, so basically what happened was, dude got jumped, young boy, teenager. Well, he looks young. I don't know how old he was. I don't fucking know. But dude got jumped and then went back and beat them all up one-on-one. And it's crazy. So if y'all ain't seen it, it's just all over the internet right now. And I'm just going to put it on. You know what I mean? It's, the beginning of it don't got no commentary. So I'm just going, oh, what? What was you saying? What was you? Oh, we about to jump your bitch ass. What kind of iPhone is that? Is that an iPhone X? Oh, we coming for that. We coming for that. You better get your ass across the street. Hey, got his ass. We got your bitch ass. We harder than you. We cooler than you. Hey, look, my cameraman is terrible. He's nothing like Jordan Palmer, but hey, we got it on camera though. Hey, whooping his ass. Look, kicking him. Oh, we all wearing green. What the fuck? These are lucky leprechauns. Look, this car wasn't even about to slow down. They would have killed them kids.
Just beat his ass, got him weak in the hell of shit.
Yeah.
One.
Oh, that's one.
That's one.
That's one.
Okay.
That must be the aftermath. He putting his 10 back on. He got blood. He got blood all over the back of his neck and his hoodie. He blew it. Fucking idiot. Oh, he popping top already. Look, he coming back to get more revenge. They had a sweet revenge on World Star Hip Hop. This music make me want some hot cotton candy. Ooh. Oh, he already on top of you. This cameraman is terrible. Nothing like Jordan.
Beat on him. Yeah.
Oh, click at this shit. Bitch. You bitch. You jump me. You bitch. You bitch. You stupid.
Stop jumping people. Next time, don't jump
Next time, don't jump. You look at the girls like, yeah. Oh, here comes the random white lady that's getting involved. Yep, she gonna end up suing if one of the kids punch her, trying to be the mediator, acting like she ain't fishing for a check. Look, dude in the Adidas fit like, no, I got Big Bertha help me. Oh, boo! Oh, Dookie mucked up.
Hey, get off your mirror.
Hey, stop that.
Stop.
Stop fighting the guy who jumped you.
Watch out.
Fucking idiot. Oh, you're knocking on doors now. Oh, you at the door? Waiting, patient, all calm. Man, these cameramen are terrible. Oh, he out there. Oh, you fucking up the Honda. Oh, your mom's about to beat your ass twice. You getting beat up and you fucking up the car? Oh, he ready. Oh, boom. Oh, damn, he landed on this grizzle. Boom. Hard ones. Why you throwing sets? He flexing. Hey, man, I don't really like seeing motherfuckers fighting like that. I don't like fighting myself. It's not my thing, but shit, they jumping. Bitch. And I fuck my new Jordans up on your gum. Gang shit. Fucking idiot. Yeah, man.
Can't believe his mom was the cameraman, bro.
Yeah. I can't believe she did such a terrible job. It's bad enough to tape your son fighting, and then you don't even get the good angle. The fuck was you doing? She should have had a backup camera like I do. See? 2 angles. Just in case the shit gets fucked up. Ready. So yeah, jumping people is never cool. You know what I mean? Unless the person did like top tier fucking fucked up shit. Like if a dude put his hands on your female family member jumping, green lighted it. I'm green lighting it. Stole from you, you know, whatever. But just, you know, if it's just somebody you just want to catch wreck with and you got to jump them, that's gay. That's not gay. That's the wrong word to say. Especially nowadays. It's not gay. What it is it's wrong. Okay? Fight them one-on-one or don't fight them. Or drive past them and throw your sweet tea at them and boom! Right on top of their head and then post a video on the internet. You'll get views like this dude did. Okay, so we're about 20-something minutes into this. I didn't have a whole lot for y'all. I just wanted to make sure I got those things off my chest as far as the distractions and all that. Shout out some new hip-hop. You know, shout out Rick Ross. You know what I mean? If he would have ate more chicken wings, maybe he'd be cool. Yeah. Period. It's about that time. Keep an extra one. And I don't got the fucking lime, so guess I'm gonna have to go get that. 1 second, please.
I forgot where you put that one, bro. It made me laugh. I just saw you pull that bitch out the cut.
What?
That fucking Corona.
No, I was
Shaking that.
in front of the camera.
I got you.
People always talking about pre-rolls. Pre-roll this, pre-roll that. What you know about pre-cut? Limes. Fucking idiot. Ha! Shot him down. So yeah. Sorry about that interruption, but I like limes with my Corona and it wasn't in reach. Kobe! Alright. That's where I was at. Okay, look. So this week's And that's period segment.
Period.
And that's
Period.
and that's
Period.
and that's
Period.
I'm actually gonna talk about something that's probably gonna take a second, so it's not gonna be the typical and that's period. But I'm gonna talk about the mass shootings in Florida that happened at the school. A very serious subject.
Period.
Teachers carrying guns, they're trying to get that going.
Period.
Why and why not? I think that that's a good idea.
Period.
So let's just start from the beginning.
Period.
So what happened was, and I'm not fact checking. This don't have nothing to do with, so something's a little inaccurate. It's because I'm fucking drinking. But you're going to get the real out of me. And it doesn't mean that what I'm saying is fucking stupid. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So basically, what had happened was, if you're sleeping under a fucking rock and you don't fucking have any electricity around you, there was a mass shooting in Florida at a school, and I think it was 17 people got killed. I'm pretty sure that's the number. But whether it was just a handful or it's a lot, it's too many. Okay? Now what they're doing is they're taking this idea and they're saying, should we arm the teachers because kids are coming to school and laying shit out? So should the teachers be armed? That's the question. That's my and that's period segment today. In my personal opinion, as far as let me take 2 steps back. Let me explain something to you about why these kind of things happen. And let me explain something to you. It's because people have this thing where it can't happen to them. People always think that it can't happen to them. I can tell you 110%, there's so much shit that I've been through in life, I'm still in disbelief it happened to me. But to take it a step further, what I truly think should be done is any place that has hundreds of people, whether it's children, whether it's adults, that are spending 25 plus hours in that facility per week and they're constantly there, there should be some type of armed security there. Because anything can happen, because humans get emotional. Not only do they get emotional, but they get out of pocket. They get irrational. And obviously, people can get killed because of people being, people are never going to be on common ground. Let's just admit it now. And as much as we want peace, and as much as we want love, it's never going to exist in certain people. Certain people are always going to be like that. And you don't know what people go through that makes them come to that. So in my personal opinion, as far as anywhere that has hundreds of people, I don't give a fuck about if it's a job, if it's a factory job, if it's a college, a high school, a junior high, an elementary, a church that just has a lot of fucking people that show up there. I think there should be some type of armed security there. I don't mean one of the motherfuckers with pepper spray and a phone that fucking has 911 on speed dial. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about someone trained. I'm talking about somebody who not only is trained in their field of security protection, but is also trained to understand the situation of where they're working. I think it's not only do I think you shouldn't have teachers carrying guns, I think it's unfair for teachers to even have to carry that burden of having a gun, because their job is to fucking teach kids how to fucking their education, teach them things about life, teach them social skills, and also, teach them anything in between all that. So you want to put a fucking gun in their hand. So imagine this. Teachers don't make a lot of money to begin with, right? Period. Everyone knows that. It's not like it's a fucking secret. But now you want them to not only get dressed in the morning, grab their folders, grab the papers they graded, grab whatever the fuck they supposed to grab, they coffee, they muffin, whatever the fuck they got. And now, don't forget your gun. Period. Dude, no fucking way. No fucking way should that happen. Because, for one, teachers get bullied too. Teachers take a lot of shit. And what's going to happen when you say teachers should carry guns and then one of them teachers on your son or your daughter? Yeah, I know it's a scary fucking thought, right? That's exactly why they shouldn't fucking have it. Because I don't know what kind of teachers you fucking had when you were in school, but some of them motherfuckers, I would never say they should have a gun. It's some weird ass, goofy motherfuckers, and we used to clown the fuck out of them. I went to a public school. You know what I mean? It's like, no way should they have a gun. I'd probably be dead. Because a motherfucker like me just ran his fucking mouth. And kids are kids. The teachers should have to focus on their job of being a fucking teacher. And of course, they should try to protect the kids as much as they can. As a teacher. Not as a fucking armed person. Period. I think what happens is a lot of people don't think. Let me correct myself. He blowing his nose. You blew it right out his fucking nose. I think so. Back to my point. Anywhere that you spend 25 plus hours a week, where hundreds of people are gonna be, there should always be metal detectors there. There should always be some security people there with somebody armed. People are like, oh, that's doing too much. But isn't this America where we talk about how we're so, we're the land of the free and we're so protective and we, you can be all you can be? Well, yeah, you might have to spend an extra 5-10 minutes coming in the door somewhere, but plan for that because safety is the goal, especially when you're talking about with children. I definitely do not think teachers should have them. The plus side of teachers having it would, obviously be, fucking Mr. fucking Henderson or Mrs. Wilson fucking coming out with her motherfucking 38 and laying fucking Matthew down because he's fucking out of pocket or whatever the fuck. And also, let's also be clear. This type of shit went on when I was in school. I remember people bringing weapons to school. The media picks and chooses what they want to broadcast to scare you and to push agendas. This shit has been going on. And if you really use your head and you at least knew a lot of people when you was in school, I guarantee you knew when someone brought a knife. You heard about someone brought a gun, especially going to a public school. Motherfuckers was fighting in my schools every fucking day, son. Lunch was rarely ever not interrupted by someone getting stuck in the jaw. You know what I mean? And that's what it comes from. So I say that to say this. Hell no, teachers should not have a fucking gun. Period. Hell fucking no, should they not even be asked to carry a gun. Period. That would have to triple your fucking salary, in my opinion. Whatever they're getting paid, it would have to triple it and come with a signing bonus like an athlete. You don't go from fucking teaching social studies to fucking being strapped like the people you're telling them about that went to war. What the fuck is going on in people's minds? You think that that's okay? You think that that's right? And you honestly think, especially, no offense, females don't get offended, but some of these female teachers, you know what I mean? Some of these nice women that fucking are teaching these students. Don't ask them to do that, man. Some of these people is not cut for that. Carrying a gun is not fucking for anybody or everybody. Period. So to ask a fucking teacher who's in charge of students who has to do attendance and have somewhat of a personal relationship with every child in that seat, you want them to also have a gun and just imagine, let's just make up a fucking name, Mrs. Anderson, okay? Mrs. Anderson, she's a nice, She's in her 30s. She's got kids herself. She's a really nice lady. Her students love her. You think Mrs. Anderson should have to fucking go take a CCW class all of a sudden, never shot a gun in her fucking life, but now she should fucking have to go to a class, buy a gun, or have a gun bought for her, which would be even more uncomfortable? That's what y'all... I see shit. When people say shit, I understand at first. In the first fucking conversation about it, I can totally understand. Especially if you have kids in school and, you know, they're worried about it. Because you're obviously worried about it. But if the kids are worried about it, it's going to affect you more. So obviously you'd be like, yeah, it would be nice to know that, you know, my kid's teacher has a gun. But in my personal opinion, that's wrong. I just think you're putting too much responsibility on a person. I think that's too much. I think the school systems are going to have to change their ways. Like I said, anywhere, not even just schools, jobs, anywhere where there's hundreds of people, maybe not even hundreds of people. I mean, think about this. You go to a club, right? You go to a club, you go to a bar that's just popping, that gets like 100, 150 people in. Don't you get patted down? Obviously, there's alcohol involved. It's a completely different circumstance, so there's more reason for that. But the point is, you have to protect the people that are in there. And if you're spending 25 plus hours in somewhere on a weekly basis, you have a lot of emotion wrapped up in that place. Whether or not you care a lot or you don't know how that's affecting so many people. When you're talking about hundreds of people, you don't know what people are going through at home. You don't know what people are going through while they're there. And whatever else is affecting them. So, no guns for the teachers. Period. And I think if you think the teachers should have guns, what I think you should do is I think you should quit your job. And I think you should go volunteer at the school closest to you with a gun and try to get a check. Oh, that's not your job, right? Exactly. Period. It's not the teacher's job either. They're there for a fucking education. That's it. It's bad enough education in our fucking country is all fucking ass backwards anyways. That's a whole nother conversation. Period. But just let the teachers be teachers. All right. Is that okay? Are you okay with that? If you're not okay with that, I don't care. I don't care. I can't make sense of the average teacher having a gun. Because what's going to happen is, and let me tell you, America, let me tell you what's going to happen if y'all let these teachers carry guns. Mr. fucking, the name you can't even pronounce that sounds like something sexual or something weird, like Mr. Dickerson. Period. Or some shit like that. Mr. Dick. Because I was that student when I was at Mr. Dick. Period. Your kid who's fucking loudmouth like mine is going to get popped. Because one day, Mr. Dickerson is going to lose his fucking shit. And because you allowed him to fucking carry a gun and what is it in Florida? The stand your ground shit. So all he's got to do is say threaten. All I got to be is like, Mr. Dick, I'll beat your ass, Mr. Dick face. Dick boy. Dick. And then he shoots your teenage child because he felt threatened. And then what? Then you're not even going to feel comfortable sending your child to school. And in my personal opinion, kids need to go to school. The education's a big part of it, but just to learn how to interact with others and deal with other personalities and find things out about other people and see people that are nothing like them. And the minute we start taking that away from the youth, we're fucking doomed. Because then the only thing they're being taught is what's being taught in their home. And we know good and fucking well that a lot of these people in these homes have no business being teachers to the youth. Period. So that was my NS period segment. And I really, and my condolences go out to everyone in Florida who lost someone with that. Shit's not funny. Let's just be realistic about the shit that happens. Because every teacher's not up for that. They went to school to be teaching. There's a reason why they decided to be a teacher and didn't want to go in the fucking army. Okay? So, yeah, I'm going to wrap up episode 12. This is where we at. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace. Period. Bye.